Okay.
Okay, we'll do a little silence. Hello, Kim Byas. Welcome to this opportunity to share with the Conscious Leadership Guild members some of the deeper experiences and a deeper sense of the story of who you are and what you're bringing to the guild, how you've gotten here, and just getting a chance to know you. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, William. Appreciate it.
And what we'll do is we'll follow the 5+1 with 5 core questions and one optional question I think you've chosen.
Hmm.
And reminding you, be about 2 minutes apiece for each time, and I'll help keep the time and stuff. But basically, it's your show.
Thank you.
So let's start with the first question of what's a story about how spiritual wisdom has touched or supported you in your life and in your work?
I thought about that question, and my one word response is dreams.
Ooh.
Um, I don't know if you're a believer in dreams or take stock in dreams. There are stories
Mm-hmm.
about people who have been influenced by dreams. And through a dream, it became clear that I needed to take a step and be committed to a spiritual path. I
Uh-huh.
was unwilling. I'm reluctant to join groups, and I typically like to work alone.
Mm-hmm.
But in this dream, after I met some individuals who are part of a spiritual tradition that I'm participating called CAF, that's spelled
Mm-hmm.
CAFH,
Mm-hmm.
I was reluctant to join, but
Mm-hmm.
this dream was very powerful and it spoke to me about making the commitment and taking the path that laid out. And that was over 40 years ago. And I've
Wow.
continued to pursue the spiritual tradition in Kaf. But it came
Mm-hmm.
to me as the answer that this was for me in my dream. And I take a lot of stock and find wisdom coming from my dreams.
Mm-hmm. At that time, did you already trust your dreams, or did they seem like, did you question it?
At the time, I found dreams to be very moving and very compelling.
Mm-hmm.
And I had I've done some reading and reflecting about the nature of dreams and the Jungian notion of dreams and interpretation of dreams. So I have been studying
Mm-hmm.
and steeped in learning about it, but
Mm-hmm.
more, I connected at the heart level with my
Right.
dreams. And so it just felt right to trust my
Wonderful.
dreams.
Good. Wonderful. Thank you.
Hmm.
Let me ask you the second question. What wisdom and experience can you offer to the dialogue about conscious leadership in the guild here?
I think the emphasis is on leadership. And I think the adjective of conscious leadership is what I hope that we can explicate as members of the Conscious Leadership Guild, because much as the dream that I spoke about required me to be both courageous
Mm-hmm.
and to be self confident that the voice speaking to me was the right voice and not some source of madness. I think the wisdom and experience that we all can share with each other about such pivotal moments can shine a light on what it means to be both courageous and to be self confident without the opposite effect of hubris or being egomaniacal. So
Mm-hmm.
I think
Mm-hmm.
Conscious Leadership Guild can bring us together and help us share these stories, refine and put a clarity to what it means to be both self-confident
Mm-hmm.
and to be courageous, and what distinguishes courage and self-confidence from ego taking over or from hubris or from arrogance. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's that's what wisdom means for me and experience means for me. And I think what we can elicit and share with each other, as well as individuals who are not part of the Conscious Leadership Guild.
Mhm. It sounds like the two build on each other. That the confidence you build in dreams and the confidence that you have about being bold, being courageous, they have fed you together in some way.
Yeah, it has. And I think by example, others can share their journey in such
Mhm.
situations or circumstances that we can learn from each other.
Right. I I'm looking forward to having that journey with you here, by the way.
Ditto.
Um, Third question, what's your learning edge? What energizes you to discover or to learn beyond what you already have known?
I'm wired that way.
Mm,
I've not, I've learned to trust and not fight the way I'm wired. And what I
mhm,
mean by that is I'm always asking myself, why?
mm,
Why is it this way that we do things this way? Why is it that we believe this? Why is this held to be true? Why is this the way things are?
mhm,
And compounding that is my nature of, hmm, what's really going on? Do
yeah.
I take this at face value or is there something else? And so
Mhm,
is it nature and nurture that I have both this tendency to ask why, as well as having education, training, knowledge that says, how do I answer the question of what's really going on and what's really behind the scenes? So
mhm,
I think that's me. I've acknowledged and embraced that, and I
yeah.
have found that it serves me well because I don't take things at face value. I
Mhm,
ask myself, what is it that I feel? What is it I think? What's really going on with my thoughts and feelings? What's really going on in an organization? What's really going on in the environment and in society? So
mhm,
I think that keeps me and forces me to be open, to
mhm.
learn, and it really helps me discover what's really going on.
There's a certain sobriety in what you're saying. Like, just, I want to see just what is.
Right,
I'm not looking for something to be one way or the other. I just want to know what is.
right. I'm not trying to fit my pre existing concept of what should be, what
Mhm,
must be, but really being open to discovering I may not have it right.
mhm.
I don't know anything and everything. So, what's going on? What can I
Yeah,
learn?
gotcha. Gotcha. So I really hear that is just a driving theme of your life. It's
Yeah,
not just a content of I want to learn about XYZ. It's just I want to. I'll always just keep learning.
exactly. In every situation.
Mhm. So here's the next question. What do you long for? What do you long for?
Well, as you said in responding to the same question, I want peace. I long for consolation,
Mm,
but not just for myself,
mhm,
but for others as well. But I link that desire for peace and consolation to having good health, having
mhm,
access to knowledge and education, and having the economic means to live comfortably and with security. And
mhm,
so, what I long for is the manifestation of peace and consolation for myself and others through the concept of providential economy, which in COF we talk about it as creating what I need, but making sure that what I create helps sustains 8, 10, 12, 20 others as well. So it isn't
mhm,
just creation for my own self, but creation for the sake of benefiting others. And so by having that orientation and view of offering what I produce, what I learn, what I acquire as a part of offering to others, it
mhm,
provides me with peace and consolation. But I also know that extending what I have access to and resources and wealth and knowledge, offering it to others also provides them with a modicum a
Mhm.
modicum of peace and consolation, because I
Right.
know it's not enough always.
Mhm. Just a quick question. What does the word consolation mean to you? Because sometimes it means to console people who are not feeling well or something. I feel that you must mean it differently than that.
As a Latin scholar, is to be with souls,
Uh-huh.
to
Oh, yeah.
accompany the soul, to accompany the person in their journey, not saying what's right or wrong, what's good or
Mhm.
bad,
Mm.
not what's perfect or imperfect in their world, but
Mhm.
to be with them,
Mhm.
to console them, to
Mhm.
journey with them, to be a
Yeah.
companion, and to
Mhm.
be a resource, but without strings, without dictums, without forcing myself upon others.
Mm. I appreciate the Latin roots. I was being raised by the Jesuits in high school. I learned a lot of Latin.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fifth question is, what kind of support are you inviting for yourself from the guild members? How would you like the guild to support you?
I'm an orphan. And as an orphan at an early age and being adopted, I've taken the attitude that I adopt family by choice and
Mhm.
not by family of origin.
Mhm.
And so for me, I was invited by a good colleague to become part of the guild. I evaluated the guild and decided to join because I wanted to be part of a community of like minded souls so that
Mhm.
we can share and be companions to one another as we continue to unfold and to become part of a society that thinks about leadership and responsibility very differently than the prevailing models. So,
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
I want from the community is the willingness to listen and to, most importantly, have others like yourself share and offer insights and experiences that I can learn from, that I can
Mhm.
benefit from, and that I also want to do the same. I want to reciprocate. So
Mhm.
that's what I believe I'm looking for and would like to offer as a member of the guild.
Mhm. Wonderful. I think you've come to the right place.
I think so. I think so. Thank you, William.
Sure. Last question. What is the one thing you could share that would help us get to know you better?
Well, I said it just a few minutes ago that I am an orphan. And I think that's and I don't say that. Last thing I want is, oh, grief or sadness or
Mhm.
sympathy or
You
pity.
poor
I don't want that.
thing. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't want that. But
Mhm.
rather that because of my experience, I am here by choice. I'm
Mhm.
here with the membership of the Conscious Leadership Guild by choice.
Mhm.
And if you always remember that I'm here by choice, and if you want to ask me something, ask. If you want to offer me something, offer, because I'm here by choice.
Mhm.
And if you keep that in mind about me and realize that I too want to be a offering and as a source of support, that's what I want to do. So that's the one thing that I hope people will remember as being part of a conscious leadership guild.
You know, you express that so beautifully and so clearly. There is no confusion, you know,
Thank
and
you.
I think that my sense just listening to that was that it helps me to ask, am I here 100% by choice or was there something else?
Hmm.
Because I really appreciate being here 100% choice. That's powerful. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing so the guild members can get to know you better. And thank you for our time together. It's been just delicious.
Thanks for sharing and being part of our conversation, William. Thank you.
Hmm. You're welcome.